term, had probed up a lot behind it, a really good decision, forcing Ricky Bobby to make a lot of spore colonies instead of making units, and also stealing those drones. Because to make a building, as Zerg, we all know, sorry, we don't all know, but the way in which you make a new building as a Zerg player is you take your little alien worker, this guy, and you warp him into a building. And that's it. He's a building for the rest of the game. So he can no longer collect resources, whether it be Vespane gas out of the extractor or whether it be from the mineral field. And so we see the income slowly starting to swing a little bit more back towards our Zerg player as he drones up and produces a few Mutalisks to counteract any of that Phoenix play, and probably go ahead and do a little harassment of his own. Really a fun game so far. Our Protoss player is definitely hoping that he can just create a death ball of Colossi and kind of storm across the map. Mutas and Lings are very effective if used well against that kind of army. Colossi, with the extended thermal lance upgrade, which they've just gotten now, are really hard for Lings to do anything to, because they just can't get to them as long as the Colossi have a high ground to walk up to or down from. However, we saw before that Ricky Bobby definitely has a large capacity in his gameplay, in his game style, to bring Lings in from different directions and get that surround. So if this force moves out much as it is based in a vault, I'm really hoping that we're going to see some interesting movement out of these Lings, maybe to swing around from different directions and come in and really swing a fight that they probably shouldn't win in their favor. We take a look at our upgrades really quick. We see 1, 0, and 1 for our Protoss player, 1, 0, and 1 everywhere. And then we come down here and we see 1, 1 for our ranged ground, 1, 1 for our melee, and 1, 1 for our flying. So Day 9, thank you very much for emphasizing to everyone how important upgrades are. They make your units more efficient in general. They just make them awesome. They're good. Alright, you don't believe me? Open up a custom game. Play against somebody. Say maybe it's the computer. Maybe put it on easy computer. They won't get any upgrades. You upgrade to 1-0 and you win. Even if your opponent has 2 more Marines than you do. If they have 3 more, then you lose. We see a little bit of mutative aggression moving forward. Thank goodness for that. So I can stop telling you about statistics. Nobody wants to hear that. There's a photon cannon here. Okay, some people do. I like it. If you do, let me know. Again, feedback. I'm open to it. We see a little bit of our Artosis pylon going down there on the Fleet Beacon. The Templar Archive is done. The Fleet Beacon probably will be as well, but the Mama Ship is about halfway done. These units are going to come in here and start attacking. Finally, we see Stalkers moving up and in. But really, that many Stalkers, it might not be enough to defeat this army. However, Ricky Bobby makes the decision that he just wants to keep his mutas alive. He doesn't care so much about winning a small victory. We've warped in a bunch of Zelts down here, have a bunch of sentries. Oh my goodness. Remember what I was saying about Lings surrounding? That ain't gonna happen. You got force fields all over the place. Mutas flying around, making sure our Protoss is indeed still on 3 base. A good decision to come up here, try for a little harassment, in for a nasty surprise. I really hope he doesn't try and fly over the base, because these cannons do work on those mutas. They get in here at an opportune time, killing the photon cannons before they go down, and then flying away in very good pathing with his mutas. He has some pretty good control. He's losing a few more maybe than he needs to. Something I've never seen a Zerg player do is pull out the injured ones so they can heal up for later. And considering they're pretty expensive early game, I'm surprised I've never seen that done. You don't see Terran repairing Hellions, repairing tanks early game, because they're really hard to get early on. Later on, not so difficult. You see our Zerg player has really amassed a lot of money. 2K minerals on 4 bases, behind a 200 supply army, and so if he comes in and we see an exchange of armies, oh, the Mama Ship is there and she's charging. She needs 100 for a vortex. She's at 75, and what is the recharge rate? It's basically 1 every blizzard second. Where are those mutas? They're up here. Doing work, getting a few pylons, really good control, annoying control, I'll even say. We got the Hydra, a few Roaches, a few Lings, a really just disparate number of units. We see a fourth going up, and we see Ricky Bobby moving forward and finding a Mama ship. He's just sacrificing all of these. He doesn't want them anymore, I guess, or he didn't want half of them anyway. He's got a Muta patch. He's got a small Ling patch. He's got room in his supply. What does he do with it? He builds more Mutas. He wants more Mutas to go against this army. Perhaps he saw that there are a lot of Stalkers and that there are Colossi and Immortal in there. So the Mutas will be able to come in, handle the mothership first, and then handle all the Stalkers. Really would like to see some detection come out of him. I know we just saw the Mama ship. Oh, no, there they are. What am I talking about? Silly me. We got Blink finally completing, and that'll be really useful against this Muta pestering that's been going on. And we've got an observer down here checking for when Ricky Bobby goes for his fifth, which is not something that's been necessary yet. We have some Hydras, and they were just oddly close. But I guess they didn't see half of the units being cloaked. And so again, a little bit of a throwaway of units. Now we have Ricky Bobby up to 5,000. Love to see him throw up some macro hatches. He's got a hive. Love to see that Spire get upgraded. Maybe a second Spire go down, get those double upgrades. Maybe some infestors. But no, he's just pretty much saying, I believe Mutas will win this for me. And up here they are. Man, they cleaned out all of those gateways. This is a huge patch of Mutas. They just can't engage with a small Stalker force. And he's just killing Cybernetics Core. No more Stalkers. Oh, gets it. Wow, that was just devastating for our Protoss player. But he's got 1,000 in the bank. I'm not even sure why he's building Photon Cannons. To be honest, he can just probably box all this and run. Mama ship gets in there, but there's no anti-air aside from these Stalkers. However, our Zerg player isn't quite aware of that, but oh my god, that's so many Mutas. They're only 1-1. Let's see that upgrade go. Let's see it. You're committing to Mutas. Upgrade them again, because I really liked your upgrades before, and I want to be able to compliment you again. Please, upgrade. We see this base being shut down, and really our Protoss player is definitely being pressed back. It is hard as Protoss deal with a huge patch of units, and this truly is huge. And he's even slowing down the game because we just got that many. There's 3 pages. 3. Oh my goodness, this force just can't do anything. It's only could land a force. Oh, the Mama ship going out there trying, considering. Oh, another probe going down. It's just wow. We have our Zerg player up at 9,000. Ricky Bobby with an enormous patch of Mutas. Walking in here, a little bit of attacking on our own assimilator. It's okay. We got some storms. Oh, we haven't researched Storm because he killed it. He killed it. We can't research it. We can't. Oh, we got robo facilities. He needs to rebuild his tech. Here's a fleet beat. There's the Templar archives. Let's get it. Let's get the Storm against the Mutas. Okay, the Overseers come in. Unfortunately, they're going to get picked off. But the Mutas fly all the way around. A fantastic move, except that you definitely just got Vortex. However, he has no Archons. He's got nothing to go in there. I mean, there's an Archon. Yes. Yeah, he's got some Stalkers they left down here. He's got some Stalkers they left over here. Let's get everything in there. Get everything in there. Let's prepare for this awesomeness, and it could be really devastating. Hopefully, the mothership flies back up here to cloak them so the Mutas can't attack them. Everything comes out, and we see the 2 pages of Mutas goes down to what? 1 page? How many Mutas? No, we stayed at 2 pages, and our Protoss army more or less died. Our Mama ship died. That did not go so well. Really not a lot of supply lost on either side. But our Protoss player, just now, setting up his expansion, going out there, trying some aggression. Our Zerg player still doesn't have a 5th, but when you have $10,000 in the bank, do you really need another base? Do you? Do you really? I know a lot of players would say yes, but a lot of other players would say, why haven't you won yet? And I would say because our Protoss player has been doing a pretty fantastic job, despite losing a lot in space. really been utilizing his force well. He's got guardian shields going down, really helping to nullify a lot of the damage that the mutants do. The stalkers really doing a lot of work, trading efficiently, but just not killing enough. Because now we got Immortals, we got Zealots streaming down, Corruptors here that are killing Colossi. We have long distance mining. We still have 1,000 minerals, but we can't warp any stalkers. I haven't seen at least the Cybernetics Core be rebuilt. Cybernetics Core, Cyber Core. I'm not sure that he's even aware. A lot of times that happens with us, like he hasn't upgraded those to work yet, so he's really focused on the fight. And there's the last of his units that he sent out there, basically to be sacrificed to pull the Zerg army back. As the observer sees that, oh my goodness, he's still got a lot of mutas. Coming up here, we got one storm, we got Narcon ready. No, we don't have a storm, never mind. And he dies. And our Zerg player, GG. Protoss player Zerglin saying that he had some bad macro there. Possibly. But definitely had a lot of good control on his units. A lot of times it's really hard to handle that many mutas. People saying GG. I'm going to open up those graphs so you can see that it really was a great game. It was really back and forth. And right about here the mutas started to be really effective. We kind of got it to swing back this direction a little bit. I'm going to say that's when the Mama ship attack happened, and then after that, just everything died. Just everything died. So, I'm going to open up the overlay for you, and we are lucky enough to have an ace match needed. We'll be back soon. Don't go anywhere. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so if you were watching this, you probably knew all along. I'm sorry for the moment of silence there. I was just ending the game, and I'm gonna open up XSplit. I'm gonna bring myself into this. I'm gonna add a camera because I'm that cool. Hey everybody, what is up? That's me. That's OrD. In my room. You see a little bit of orange in the background. My favorite color, in case you haven't figured that out. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you oh so much to everyone for making it a really fun experience for me. I will be casting more, always at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you said hello to PJ Schneider, be a doll, run over to pjschneider.com, check out her stuff. Better yet, buy some of her stuff and give it to your lady friends. It's a good idea. Trust me, it works. And like I said, we'll be back tomorrow night. Hopefully Ben will be back in the future, but tomorrow night maybe I can get somebody else to come